What's up, everyone? D-Crack here, about to react to another video for you guys. Guys, kid behind the camera just dropped a new vlog. It says the meanest prank ever. Like always, guys, I'll have a link to the original video down below. Let's check out the meanest prank ever by Kid Behind the Camera. Let's check it out, guys.
What's going on, you guys? Kid Behind the Camera here. And today is Thursday, which makes today Throwback Thursday. And you guys, I gotta be honest, I was not gonna upload a vlog today. I was gonna take the day off. I wanted to spend the day with Bridget after yesterday, because if you did not see the vlog we uploaded, we got our very first ultrasound. And actually, there are more pictures that you guys haven't seen. There's just less to see on this. That is a 3D picture that they took. You can't really see much. It's right there. It's a tiny little 3D baby.
Oh, that's
cool. Show it because there's not really that much to see.
That's cool.
The real image is right there. You can see my freaking baby. And this is not a flip screen, so I don't know if that whole thing was blurry or not. Either way, we got our very first ultrasound yesterday, and I wanted to spend the time with Bridget because it was honestly one of the most moving, profound moments of my life. And I can't think of another way to describe it. I can't think of the word.
Yeah, from personal experience, I have two kids. They're 3 and 4, both boys. When you know, life's good, but when you become a dad, life completely changes. I mean, for the good. It can be stressful having kids, and it's not always easy raising kids, but mine are 3 and 4, and they've done all right so far, so hopefully I'm doing something right. But, congrats to Mike. I think he'll be a good dad.
Because it was unlike anything that I've ever experienced. I thought that I knew what it meant to be a father. I thought that I knew what it meant to feel love. And I realized when I saw that baby on the ultrasound that I had no clue. And I love the baby now. And Bridget loves it. And we actually spent the day crying together. I can't believe I'm admitting this. We spent the day crying with each other because we love it so much that we don't want anything to happen to it. And I assume that's normal. I don't know. I haven't asked anybody. It's a very weird feeling, but I wasn't going to upload a video.
It's normal, Michael, to be worried about your child.
To think about something.
It's normal, Mike.
And I wanted to share it with you guys. It was a story about my father. And seeing my baby for the first time really opened up something. It really reminded me of something that I haven't thought about in 20 years. I'm sitting there yesterday and I'm looking at my baby on the screen for the very first time, and we can see the heart beating, and she's showing us the brain and the arms and the feet and the femur bones and all of this stuff that is blowing my mind. And this thing hit me, this feeling that I would do absolutely anything for this thing. This child, excuse me. I don't mean to call it a thing. It's still new and strange, but
I'm going to pause it right here just to say, guys, I don't want to turn this video into a controversial subject, but abortion, that's a big thing right now. Apparently, Alabama and some states are trying to ban abortion, and I'm totally pro-life. That's just how I was raised. I believe there's always adoption. I know, people talk about all these terrible situations, how a woman can get pregnant, and it's the woman's right, it's the woman's body. And I disagree. I'm not ashamed to say that, and I know there's probably going to be people who disagree with me, thinking if a woman wants an abortion, that's her right. In my opinion, a baby's a baby. You can always put it up for adoption. If you don't want the child, you don't have to keep it. But murdering a child, you can see here, even Michael, his baby is only 2 or 3 months old. And a lot of people would call that it's just a fetus or an embryo. It's not a real baby. It's not a human. It's just a fetus. And they think it's all right to kill it. And I'm kind of rambling on longer than I wanted to, but that's my opinion. As you can see, It's a baby in Bridget. It's not an embryo. It's not a fetus. It's a human being. It's a baby. Like I said, people will probably disagree with me on that. I know abortion is a big topic that people disagree on, but that's how I was raised. And I think if you have any morals, and if you have any, if you have any heart in yourself, it's a baby. And it's funny. The one thing my mom always told me, and then we'll continue watching the video, is everybody that agrees with abortion, everybody who is for abortion, they're already alive. They're breathing. What if their mom decided to have an abortion? Then that person who supports abortion wouldn't be here today. So think about that. Everyone who agrees with abortion is already breathing, already alive. That's just something to think about.
I would do anything for this child. Anything. Absolutely anything I would do. I would give my life for this child. And it made me think about over 20 years ago. And it's a small, insignificant little story, but it's something that just shows you guys who my father was. How much he loved his children, because I could go all day about all the stuff he has done for us. He has crawled in dumpsters so he could feed us. He has worked 3 jobs so we could pay the bills. My father was a man, and he took care of his family like a man. And Dad, thank you so much for everything that you did. I remember over 20 years ago, I was sitting in the car with my father, and it was not long after he had gotten gastric bypass surgery. There was a period of time where Dad weighed almost 800 pounds. And he got gastric bypass surgery for it so he could start losing weight. And when he got the gastric bypass surgery, it messed up his stomach. It gave him something called dumping syndrome.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
Dad would have to run to the bathroom 20 to 30 times a day. And it was a
Dang.
problem. It was misery to him. He sometimes would cry himself to sleep because it was painful. But I remember we were sitting in a parking lot. It was not long after he got the dumping syndrome. I think Mom was in a doctor's appointment. And we're just sitting in the parking lot. And we're just listening to his stomach. And we're laughing. And we're having a good time. It was a father-son bonding moment. That's a pretty odd father-son bonding moment, admittedly. Most people are like, yeah, I went fishing with my dad. And we talked about life. And it was a real father-son bonding moment. And I'm just over here like, yeah, we were listening to my dad's stomach in the car. But we were listening to my dad's stomach in the car. We're just sitting there, and every couple of seconds, his stomach would... We're just listening to his stomach in the car, and every couple of seconds it'll give a growl, and we laugh, and it was a real moment. It was an odd father-son bonding moment, but it was a real one. Now, mind you, we are doing this in a piping hot car because we can't afford air conditioning. We can't afford the gas to make the air conditioning work. We are broke. We can't afford. And Dad looked at me and he asked me if I wanted something to